Welcome to Deciphering Distortions, the second in a series of 12-part podcasts by the Grand Council, brought to you by Ancient Future Today.
And so it is, we begin this new podcast, which is the last of the series of the Deciphering Distortions and Navigating Chaos so far. And we are going to call it Inception. Now, some of you have seen the film that was created by this name, and it has given many meanings in modern day to the word inception and the concept of inception. Some of what we will talk about today is relevant to that, and most of this is relevant regardless of a film made in modern days. And inception, as we are using it for this particular few minutes with all of you, and we welcome you if we have not yet, is that inception is a beginning, a start, an ignition, trigger for something to happen, to take place, to be given birth, to start to express or to exhibit something. And so as we have been talking about deciphering distortions, perhaps this is a good time now to look at an inception point in the world as you know it, in your world as you have co-created it, and in this moment with us and with you, to begin to look at what could be different. You know, we have talked a lot about things that are distorted, truth, etc., news, etc., views, etc. And perhaps what we have not emphasized enough, as we are concerned, is with your mastery around all of this. For indeed, we consider each and every sentient being on your planet, and this is four-legged or flies or slithers or whatever, every single sentient being, plant, tree, animal, human, to be sovereign expressions of creation. And by this we mean that you have sovereignty, others would say, to make your own choices on where you go, how you front up, with whom you interact, how you live, how you breathe, how you speak, what you dream, where you sleep, where you travel, if you do, how you view the world, how you view things that are not tangible or physical in your world, what your relationship is with yourself and with others. And with all of this power of free will and choice, it is very important for you to understand that at any time in your life that you wish to begin something new or different, that inception point is up to you. Whether the gods or the guides or the weather or the circumstances in which you find yourself seemingly agree that this or that is something that could start now or not, matters not to those of you who really, really understand how sovereign you are. It is your choice to start a new attitude, your choice to make a new friend or to let an old one go. Your choice to dream a bigger dream. Your choice to stay in a relationship or to let it go. Your choice to be honest or not, or more honest or less or whatever about honesty. Your choice to be happy regardless of your circumstances or not. All of these things are part and parcel not only of your sovereign opportunities and birthrights, they are aspects of your sovereign response abilities to life. That at any given moment, you can start something different. You can start something new. There is no permission required. Of course, if you are still a child and you are not of legal age, and you would like to drink alcohol or smoke substances that are not legal for your age group, or engage in activities that are also not legal or not sanctioned somehow, then you will suffer consequences if caught, as would someone who decides to be a thief for the first time and isn't very good at it and gets caught. There are consequences for these new beginnings. There are also consequences for things you have done a long time and still not gotten caught with, let us say, like smoking or drinking too much alcohol or not exercising adequately or whatever. There are always consequences, and these are part and parcel of being sovereign and of making your own choices as a master. Everything that you do has a consequence. Everything you choose not to do has a consequence. So if you choose to be happy, the consequences could be all very positive, or they could be partially very positive and partially very painful. Perhaps for you to be happy, you have to move from where you live, because there are things about where you live that make you unhappy now. And rather than change them and spend a lot of time coming to a new conclusion where you are, you know it would be easier, A to B, for you to move elsewhere and to learn to be happy there more quickly than if you stay and change this, that, and the other over time. For many of you have been marginally happy for most of your lives, and you thought that was all there is. Not so. There is always more happiness. There is also more struggle as well, if that is what you wish to choose and start, if you don't have enough of it already in your life. There are many mental attitudes that you can start. For example, positive thinking. Well, that is really very doable for most people, unless your life circumstances are so miserable and you are really truly a victim and victimized by a dominant character that will not allow you physical retreat from some sort of torture on a daily moment-to-moment basis. That is an extreme example. Anything short of that and less extreme than that is possible to change. And you can start right now with how you view your circumstances. You see, there are many good things coming to those who are willing to start new things, new thinking, new behaving, new habits, new routines, disciplines, new connections, new possibilities, new ways of being, doing, having. And so many of you have now rested through the COVID periods on your planet in a way that you are less tired, maybe this or that way, probably more exhausted in this or that way. And yet it all balances out so that were you to start something new, you would be successful if it's something that you know you wish to experience. So whatever it is that you know you wish to experience, we invite you to your moment of inception with that intention and turning that intention into the manifestation and turning that manifestation from the dream of doing something to the reality and creating a plan and then doing it and seeing, is it better than where you were? Or shall you start over and just recreate every day of your life? The same sort of things that you have been experiencing day after day in your life. We would vote no. We would say start something different every day, even if it's just a song that you sing or a prayer that you send into the ethers. Or when you're watching the news, you turn it off because when the propaganda starts, you realize that that's exactly what it is and you've had enough already. Thank you. Or you help your neighbor to take out the compost or to turn the compost and take out the rubbish, or to perhaps you take homemade cookies over and say it's been too long since we visited or welcome to the neighborhood. We noticed you just moved in, or many different sorts of things you can start. And they can be the inception of new things for you and for others on your planet. Perhaps start with old values, old conditioning, old rusty, musty, dusty thinking. There are so many possibilities, absolutely rampant, available to each and every one of you. If you will just have the courage, have the clarity, and have the desire, the passion, the will to start something new. And that is what we wish to leave you with now as a podcast that will close up the deciphering of distortions and open up the trilogy, the third part of the trilogy of navigating chaos. And that is building a new dream. And it will be about building a new dream for yourself, for those that you love and already know, for those that you feel are being hard done, and for the world at large. We look forward to that discussion with you. Well, of course, it's not a discussion, it's a one-way input. And we trust that you will think it over, and then it is a discussion with us. For we learn from you as well, you know. Go with our love and every blessing. And for now, adieu.
Thank you for listening. Please join us for future podcasts on this same channel.